It's the first Tuesday of February, and we're coming to you from the Alumni Gym at St. Francis High School, where the Lancers are hosting the Junipero Serra Padres. I'm Mike Messner, courtside, and I'll be bringing you all the action tonight on KMVT. The Lancers are coming off a brutal loss to Midi last week, wherein the Monarchs won by a score of 66-27. The Padres came into tonight's contest fresh off a victory over Bellarmine by the much closer score of 66-59. Serra is right in the thick of it this season as we look at the standings for the West Catholic Athletic League. In third place, there's Serra right behind Archbishop Reardon and Midi. The same cannot be said of the Lancers because they are sitting at the very bottom of the standings below Valley Christian and Sacred Heart. A few players you'll want to keep your eyes on tonight. For the Lancer, Chris Vercelles, number 11, he's been the sharpshooter from beyond the arc in the past several weeks. And number 24, Nicholas Glaukos Stavropoulos, who's been a chief ball hawk for the Lancers. As far as Serra goes, Ryan Pettis, number 2, a college-bound senior, has an 86% foul line average. And the appropriately named Mikey Ballout, number 10, has 9 steals in 4 games this season. It's going to be a great contest tonight, and this is part of the Lancer Marching Band. Let's listen. Well, if we were in a NASCAR event, we'd hear, "Gentlemen, start your engines," but we're not. So we'll just be starting out in just a few seconds. The Serra Padres will be dressed in blue with gold trim. Their coach is Chuck Rapp. His assistants are Andrew Kochevar, Kingston Shee, and Sean Dugoni. The St. Francis Lancers will be dressed in white with the black trim. Their head coach is Rodney Tenchian. His assistants are Brandon Worthy and Noah Stapes. We'll be right back with the start of the action while they're taking care of the starting lineups. It's going to be a great contest tonight. We're glad to have you along. We'll be right back. The Padres are already taking up their positions, and now here come the Lancers as we're just about set to go with tonight's contest. And the Padres win the tip. And there's something the referees don't like. So we'll have an inbound pass. And here we go. Fakes. Now he pumps up. No good. Dished back out, and that's going to be okay. Apparently the Padres will maintain possession. That's Alex Neighbor, number 4, making the inbound pass to Michael Ballout, who I told you about before. Oh, off his foot. And that one's going to bounce out, and I think the Lancers are going to get that one. That was Angelo Gattas who had the ball last there. Alexander Glaros Stavropoulos with the inbound pass. And Quentin Robinson having to deal with the backcourt defense there. Headed up by Ryan Pettis, number 2. Here comes Robinson. Max Haberlach trying to break free there. Now James Jordan. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Robinson driving. Dishes it out for 3. Drops it. Great shot there. And that was Chris Vercelles. I told you about him a little earlier. And we're in a 3-0 game. Here come the Padres. For 3, won't go. They maintain possession. They got a fresh 34. That's about a 14-footer. That won't go, and the Lancers have it back. Robinson bringing it in to Jordan. Back to Robinson. Jordan, and that's blocked. Now the Padres with a chance to close the gap. A little bit of a layup that hits the bottom of the backboard. St. Francis comes up with it. It's going to be a 3-on-3 from the foul line. That's off the iron. Now Neighbor, cross-court pass to Pettis. Back to Neighbor. And I think Neighbor may have taken one too many steps. No, I take that back. It was against the Lancers. That's the first foul of the game. And that went against Max Haberlach, number 12. Long three-pointer, and it's nailed by Ryan Pettis, the 6'3" senior. Robinson loses it, then gets it back. Bounce pass. Now they control it. Jordan wasn't really expecting that bounce pass. Now he's driving along the left post, tries to put it up, and it won't go. We got a tied game here. Pettis, in and out. Now the Lancers slow it up a little bit. Alexander. He puts it up and a little long. Pettis to Neighbor. Now Mikey Ball out. And that one's going to trickle in off the hand of Ball out. Ball out, 6'3", 185 junior. So he'll be on the job for the Padres for at least another season. Jordan. Vercella's long one won't go. Five, 3. Oop, almost loses it. 14-footer in and out and in. And that was off of Angelo Gattas, the 6'4" senior shooting forward. Stopping the action there. Alexander Back out to Vercelles. Now Alexander again. Oh, that one hit the ref, and that's going to be a turnover. And the Lancers have gotten into trouble with turnovers. It was especially true when they played against Nittany last month. A weakness that hopefully they have corrected by this time. Good. Almost a layup by Alex Neighbor. And it's a 9-3 contest. Ooh. Not sure if that was a deflection or not, but in any case, the Padres have it again. Dished out. Three-pointer. That's a little wide. Loose ball, but Vercelles comes up with it for the Lancers. Now Robinson, back to Vercelles. Alexander, 8-footer, no good. Just not much luck in the shooting department for the Lancers thus far tonight. Neighbor, and puts it up. And the Lancers want a timeout, and I don't blame them. They're down by 8, not really sure how to get their footing. We'll give them a chance to talk it out. We'll be right back. Back here at the Alumni Gym, where the Lancers, in the space of 6 minutes, have gone down by 8 points. There's some alliteration with numbers there. But no answers right now, and apart from the one field goal, the one three-pointer, rather, in the first minute of play, the Lancers have not been able to get any points on the board. Part of that may be due to the full-court press. That's Sebastian Margate doing that. Whistle goes. That was Charles Withers with the dribble into the key. That's Wyatt Von Blanco coming into the game for the Pods, and Andrew McDowell taking a seat. Number 23 is the new player for Serra. Max Ladd driving, and it's stripped. And now he's trying to get a steal of his own, and it won't happen. Long pass, and a little bit too long, and that's going to, no, it's going to remain Padres ball. That's Mikey Ball out making the inbound pass to Sebastian Margate, or Morgate. My apologies if I'm getting that wrong. Margate trying to do it all by himself right now. To Von Blanco. Neighbor, 10-footer, no good. But the rebound there, and that one's off the iron. Another rebound. And that was a shooting foul. Chris Philpott drew it. And it was caused there by Justin Nguyen, number 4. Or no, I take that back. That was Max Ladd, number 5. So now, Philpott at the line. I don't have any statistics on Chris Philpott. He is 6'5". He is a junior. Plays forward. That's all I got for you. Missed his first free throw. But brought that one home. So it's a 12-3 game. New entry, Matt Eck, number 21. And Justin Nguyen, number 4. Withers for 3, off the rim, no good. That was Evan Lee, number 20, who tried that one. Less than a minute to go in the first quarter. .13 on the clock. No good. Now a rebound and a fast break, and they slow it down. That's Nguyen. Nguyen trying to find us. That is Max Ladd. I'll tell you more about Max later. Now Nguyen. 10 on the timer. And that's going to go against Ryan Pettis. That's the second foul. Both teams now have 2 fouls on the board. Ryan Pettis committed that last one. Under the hoop, and he lays it in at the buzzer. And that brings it to a 12-5 margin in favor of the Padres. Well, we'll take a timeout while they get ready for the second quarter. It's Serra 12, St. Francis 5. Shot down there on the baseline of the talented St. Francis cheerleaders. And hopefully they're going to bring some motivation to these boys, because right now the Lancers are down 12-5 as we start the second quarter. Nguyen, the ball up, stolen, and Nguyen gets it back. For 2, drops it, and now we got a 5-point game. That was a jump shot from the foul line, I think. Pettis into the forecourt. Now Neighbor. Pettis again, and he bangs it home, and it's a 14-7 game. Nguyen driving and trying to dish it out, and I think that went off a Padre hand. And it did. Max Ladd making the inbound to Nguyen. Ladd. Evan Lee. Back to Ladd. Going for the layup, and it's stuffed in his face. And it's a 2-on-3. Short pull-up jumper, and it goes. And now it's a 16-7 game. Ooh. Very close to a double dribble there. Now for 3, and he drops it. That was Evan Lee for 3. I don't have any numbers on Evan, but that's going to help his average. Now dished back out. Cross-court pass. And a little bit of a struggle there, and I'm not sure who's going to come up with it. St. Francis thinks they have it. That's going to go against Angelo Gattas, number 24. First foul of the quarter for Serra. No fouls yet for the Lancers. 16-10. Robinson pivoting all over the place, trying to find somebody to pass to, and I think he may have taken an extra step. Well, apparently it wasn't called. No, maybe it was a shooting foul. Pardon me. Robinson with the inbound pass. Ladd dishing it out for 3, and that one's going to be long. Air ball. Now here comes Neighbor. Neighbor into Pettis, and just like that, it's an 18-10 game. Alexander's back in the game now for the Lancers. There's Evan Lee, the lad. There's Lazo. Robinson. Oh, inbound pass and a perfect layup for Max Ladd, the 6'2" junior guard. Ooh, screen there. And that one's a little bit broken up, and it's going to be a Lancer ball. That's the first turnover I can remember Serra committing tonight. And so now St. Francis with a chance to draw within 4, maybe 3. Lee to Alexander to Robinson. Robinson around, 12-footer, no good. Oh, but it's recovered there and attempted to be jammed in by Alexander, the 6'11" junior center. And the Padres have it back. Pettis into the forecourt. Now going around Robinson, 14-footer, no good, and Robinson gets it. To Ladd. Now Versellas to Alexander. And that one thrown into the Serra bench, and I think Alexander would like to have that one back. Unforced error, although there are fewer turnovers this game thus far than there were the last time we were with you here for Lancer basketball. Driving. Turning around, pivoting around. 14-footer off the iron, won't go. Now, fast break, lays it in, and that's Chris Versellas. And now we got ourselves a horse race. 4-point deficit. Jump shot from the foul line, in and out. And a little bit of a tug of war going on. And we're going to have some substitutions, and the Padres are going to maintain possession, I believe. Low foul affair so far, and a great rebound there by Alexander. And now the Lancers have a chance to go within 2 or 1. Versellas. No, that's Haberlach, I beg your pardon. To Alexander. Alexander backing in, floats it up, and it's a 2-point game. And now Serra beginning to realize that this may be slipping away, and the Lancers coming back with a chance to tie. Might have been a charge there. And Haberlach will go to the line as the Lancers now have a chance to tie this thing up. Max Haberlach is a 5'8" sophomore. He plays point guard mostly. Collected a pair of 3-pointers against Sacred Heart on December 16th and a couple more against Carlmont on December 6th. And he has brought the Lancers now to within 1. Casey Lazo coming back into the game now for the Lancers. And we have a tie game. So now Serra has called a timeout because they didn't come here to get tied by a team that's right now sitting in last place. So we'll be back to see what happens right after this. We'll see a look at some of the members of the band tonight. I have not seen the band at a basketball game before, so that's a nice touch. And the St. Francis Lancers came from an 8-point, maybe a 9-point deficit, and they have tied this game up with 3:02 to go in the second quarter. And the Padres probably weren't expecting to get this kind of resistance. I heard some people before the game tonight, before tip-off, predicting it would be a little bit of a washout, but it has been anything but so far. That's Margate, and now to Gaddis. Driving, and that is going to be off. That's Andrew McDowell, who tried for the short jump shot, didn't quite get it. Andrew McDowell, 6'3", point guard, shooting guard, and a shooting forward. I don't have any information on his free throws, but he did have 4 steals against Granada on December 30th. So obviously an agile kid with a good set of eyes. And he made 1, but not both. So the Pods have a 1-point lead as we go in. Jordan to Vercel. No, that's Haberlach. Cross court, and now for 3, and off the iron. And the Lancers get it back. And good defense there, and now, just a little short from the save from Gaddis, and the Lancers will keep it with a chance to take the lead. For only the second time so far tonight. Haberlach trying to find a lane. 5-footer, in and out and in. And the Lancers have the lead by 1 late in the first half. That's Margate. Over to Gaddis. And Mikey ball out. Ball out, driving across the left post, and that one is blocked. I don't know if it would have gone in any case, but it's going to be a Lancer ball. Fouls have not become a serious problem for either side so far. The Padres have 3 this quarter. The Lancers only 1. And that one's nearly stolen. 3-pointer, good! Chris Vercel with that one, and it's now a 2-point lead. Ball out to McDowell. 12-footer, and it's rebounded in another 34 seconds. Pull-up jumper off the side of the backboard, and who's going to end up with it? It's Serra again, and this time the layup, and that one's out. And on the 4th time, they get it, and that was Angelo Gaddis, the 6'4" senior shooting forward. Great persistence by him. We have less than a minute to go in the half. All tied up at 23. Haberlach, that one's blocked, and the Lancers are going to keep it. 45 left in the half. Jordan gets around his man and tries to dish it off, and Alexander had it and lost it. It was a Padre player that ended up with it, but the Lancers are going to keep possession, I think. Not sure who's going to make the inbound pass. I think it's going to be Haberlach. Vercel is going way outside the arc. Now driving in across the right post, dishes it out. Jordan's got it. Almost threw that one away. There's a jump shot from the foul line. I think they got a piece of that one. And slowing it down here are the Padres. Cross-court pass to Pettis. Pettis around the screen, driving and lays it in. And I don't think the Lancers knew what hit them on that baseball pass, and it's going to be short. That might as well have been a baseball shot. But we get to the end of the first half. It's much closer than we thought it might be. 25-23 in favor of Serra. We'll be back for the third quarter right after this. Don't go away. Back here at the Alumni Gym as we're getting ready for the second half of this contest. By a score that I think most Vegas odd makers would not have predicted. Given the records of both the schools, you would think that Serra would be running away with this. And during the first quarter, they absolutely were. They were running the Lancers off their own home court. And St. Francis came back very strong, had a couple of really good runs, excellent rebounding, and some very good shooting. And despite some very perseverant backcourt defense by the Padres, St. Francis was able to hold this game very close and even take the lead briefly before Serra was able to get the final bucket of the half, and that's where we're at right now. Neither team got into foul trouble. Neither team had huge problems with turnovers. The shooting gods were just not kind to the Lancers during the first quarter. They seem to have changed their tune a little bit in Q2, but here we go with Q3. Neighbor brings it up. Now. And that one's a little hard off, and here they come, and it's a 1-on-3 for St. Francis, and Robinson hits the deck, did not get the layup. He may have drawn the foul, too. And it looks like he'll go to the line. Quentin Robertson, 5'10", junior, point guard. He's also on the St. Francis football team. And he had 2 steals against Hayward. And that one won't help his average. He started this game being the one to bring the ball up, do what is called the dirty work. And he brings the Lancers to within 1. So it's a 25-24 game. And here come the Padres. Pettis dishing it out, and there's McDowell. He took a little bit of a spill. He does get the bucket, and he's going to go to the line. McDowell did some free throw shooting earlier in this game, and I told you about all I knew about his record. And that one, good rebound there. And all the way over, and here's McDowell for 3, and that one's off the back iron, and they save it. McDowell again. Now he's over to Neighbor for 3, and he gets it. Alex Neighbor. And just like that, the Padres have a 6-point lead. Now Robinson directing traffic. Stolen, and Robinson's going to have to scramble to get it. The Padres end up with it, and they lay it in, and they miss the lay. And now, Vercelles passed it off to Haberlock, and that one's going to go out, and I don't know. I think it's going to be the Lancer ball. Woo! That was a quick flurry. Okay. Vercelles with the inbound pass to Robinson. Robinson to Alexander. Back to Robinson. Robinson in and out, tipped. Still being held, and looks like a Lancer ball again. As the Lancers down by 6, but in a position now where they can cut that down. Haberlock Way out above the arc. Now driving. Vercelis. Now Jordan. Jordan. Pull-up jumper, and it's no good. Ball out to Neighbor. Neighbor looking for the layup and doesn't get it. Rebound there by Alexander. Now the Lancers bring it back up. Alexander over in the corner. Driving, and he's going to have to dish it out, and Robinson loses it. Not a particularly good pass there after the attempted layup. Padre ball. And here comes Ryan Pettis. Oh! McDowell thinks he was fouled there, but he's not going to get a whistle. Now McDowell has it. Along the left post, ducking and dodging, and he lays it in. And it's an 8-point lead now for Serra, and Serra's got to be happier with that. Now, Haberlock thinking about a three-pointer. Gets it to Jordan. Alexander, turnaround jumper, no good. There's a struggle for it. Might have been an elbow or two thrown there. Lancer ball. Alexander got called for the foul there most recently. Jordan, Alexander, pushing and shoving, throws it up, no good. Now Padres. Neighbor driving, protecting it, and that's not going to go. 5 minutes left in this period. Robinson driving, lays it in! Brings it down to a 6-point deficit, and the Padres watched that one happen. He might as well have walked in. Pettis. Now for three. No good. Robinson bringing it along the right side. Three-pointer from Vercelis, way off. Now McDowell goes for the lay-in, and he gets it. Takes a seat on the parquet, but does get the points, and it's back to an 8-point lead. And now Jordan trying to keep possession, and he loses it. And here comes Gaddis, and Gaddis, I think, tried to get a shot that was smothered by Quentin Robinson. And some substitutions now on both sides, and Ryan Pettis will have the inbound pass. And Jordan with the very quick steal there. Gives it up to Justin Nguyen. And now backcourt defense again by Serra. Nguyen trying to find a way in. There's Vercelis. Now to Ladd. That's Withers, number 22. Now for three. And off the iron. And here come the Padres. Pettis again. Pettis driving, and he loses it. It's loose, and St. Francis has it, and here comes Jordan. Jordan pulls it up. Nguyen thinking about it. Now Vercelis. Ladd driving, dishes it out for three, and that one's going to hit the side of the backboard. Rebound. Now Withers, no, nothing there. And loose ball. Pettis, I think, might have taken a little one to the face there. He seems to be okay. And the Padres come up with it. St. Francis has 3 fouls so far in this period, just 1 for Serra. And here they come. McDowell double teamed. Now tries to bounce it up a couple times, nothing there. And that was Angelo Gattas who had the last one. And McDowell will go to the line. And hits his first one. St. Francis could be down by 10 in the next few seconds. We'll see what happens. And they are. So now Serra perhaps running on a slightly less lean mixture now. As a 10-point lead, it is the biggest of the night for either side. Nguyen, with his defender wrapped all over him. Withers, now Ladd. Jordan. Nguyen. Withers for three, no good. And here come the Padres. Pettis driving, and he's got all sorts of company. And he's disgusted. He should be, and I believe he's headed for the line. Ryan Pettis. He's played 15 games, and he's got an 86% shooting from the line, and that one proves it right there. 42% from the floor, 37% three-point average. I don't have any numbers for him for this entire season, but he averages 6.6 points per game. In and out. And blocked. Alexander, that's what you get when you're 6'11". You can do that kind of thing. Here comes Nguyen. Jordan thought about it. Now Alexander's got it. Back out to Ladd. To Withers. Now Jordan, 5-footer, it's blocked. And he draws the foul. And that one was Mikey Ballout who committed that one. And that's a free throw for Charles Withers, the 6'2" shooting forward and power forward, facing the Serra Padres for probably the very last time in his high school career. And that one won't help. 10-point lead. Just under 2 minutes to go in the third period. Neighbor, and he loses it, and this time the referees are not going to be quite as kind. Angelo Gattas was the victim there, if you will. Or actually, he was the perpetrator. That's the third team foul for the Padres. Here's Nguyen. Nguyen got a lot of room to work with. There's Ladd. Now dishes it out. Here's for three, and it's good. Nothing but net there, and that was off the hand of Evan Lee. And Serra's asking for a timeout. We'll let them talk. They got a 7-point lead. How's the third quarter going to finish up? Come back and find out. Well, believe me, if you could keep up with a band playing that fast, you have a better ear than I do, as they were going at a great pace, as my dear sweet mother used to say. Thanks for the catchphrase, Mom. We love you. So Serra with an inbound pass. They're back in business with 1:23 to go in the third quarter. Oh, my goodness. And that one's going to be a long chase, and he's not going to get to it. The Lancers have it back. Embarrassing, unforced error there. Sebastian Margate or Margate. Nguyen with the inbound pass. To Withers. Withers lost it there. Withers had that three-point, and great steal there and laid in, and that's Wyatt Von Blanco. We haven't seen a lot of him, but his presence is certainly welcomed by all Padre fans. Now, Ladd Ladd puts it up, and an alley-oop shot to Withers. Charles Withers. And it's down to a 7-point deficit with 38 to go on the clock. And that one's off the boards by Sebastian Margate. Back to a 9-point lead. Ooh, another steal there, and that one may draw a foul. The Lancers have 5 team fouls. The Padres have 4. And, of course, the Padres are now into the bonus. McDowell comes off. Ladd with the inbound pass to Nguyen. To Ladd, to Withers, to Nguyen, and Alexander trying to put one in as he realized time was running out. Well short. 0.7 of a second left here. Alexander Glukauros Stavropoulos. That one's frustrating. And he gets that one. And long shot, and it's just a little bit short. But the Padres can't complain too much as they've got an 8-point lead. Both teams in the bonus as the third quarter ends. So we'll see what Q4 holds right after this. We'll see you back here in a minute. And we have 8 minutes left in this contest. 41-33 Serra. And Serra's got to be feeling good now because they're playing the type of lead that they like and the type of lead they expected against a pesky St. Francis squad. Ooh, almost an unforced error there as Pettis is able to get it. Driving. Now out to Mikey Ball out. Pettis for 3. No. And it's going to be a foul there. And that's going to be on Serra, and that was Angelo Gattas. And so the Lancers have it back. Lancers are still very much in this game, but you can see that the Padres are now doing some ball hawking and some blocking shots, so their defense is really stepping up. Now down to Pettis. Now ball out, and whistle goes. And ball out. May have committed the foul there. Lancers are going to get the ball back. Ball out may have traveled there. There's no extra foul that's been put on the scoreboard. All right. Now here's Haberlock. And the win around Alexander's screen. Now back to Withers. Haberlock And sort of a slingshot pass, and it got by Justin Nguyen. And the Padres have it back again. 6:45 to go. Ball out, and he banks it in. 10-point lead now for the Padres. Withers banks it up and brings it back to an 8-point deficit. As the Lancers prove, they are not the only ones, that Serra is not the only team that can play defense there. And ball out for three. Now Nguyen. Nguyen. Haverlock. And now Haverlock's being muscled a little bit there. Pettis doing a good press defense. And there's a timeout on the court. So we'll step aside while they figure that out. We'll be back in just a moment. Back here at the Alumni Gym as the visiting Padres playing much more their style of basketball now with an 11-point lead over the Lancers. Although the Lancers have really made this a competitive game. We had only a 2-point deficit at halftime. But now, the Lancers are going to have to play some catch-up ball, and that's the kind of thing they can't allow to happen, as Ryan Pettis, fast as lightning, was able to seal that one away and go for an easy layup. And it's a 13-point gap between these two teams. And the rebound gotten there by ball off. Ball out. And it's going to be a Lancer ball. Thing that I'm noticing about this Padre team is that they seem to have saved their really pressure defense. I don't mean the backcourt defense, but I mean the ball hawking, the stealing the ball from their opponents. They seem to have saved that for the fourth quarter. And maybe they felt they were in danger from the Lancers having made the comeback in the second quarter. I'm not sure. Now for three, and that one's a little long. And rushing in to get the rebound. No, the Lancers keep it, and they get an extra 34. Jordan, no. Alexander trying to get it. And that one, Evan Lee was the last one who touched it. And he may have gotten a hand check. That's 3 fouls for the Padres this quarter. And if this keeps up, then the Lancers may get a little bit of a gift-wrapped bonus. And I mean that literally. Driving, and he lays it in. Takes a nasty spill, does Chris Vercelles, but he gets the points. And it's down to 9. There's Neighbor, signaling for Pettis to move around. Ball out. Ball out for three. He hits it. Nothing but net. 51-37, a 14-point lead for Serra. Looks like they're shaping up to have an easy ride home tonight. Jordan. To Vercelles. Vercelles trying to find something going on. Here's Haberlock. Back to Jordan. Jordan driving. Out to the perimeter for three. Vercelles, no. And good attempt there to obstruct the rebound by Pettis. But Vercelles did not achieve his objective there. .336 to go, and it remains a 14-point game. St. Francis is not going to go quietly. That is not the nature of Lancer basketball ever. But with 3:30 to go and 14 points to overcome, you got to wonder whether or not they're beginning to accept what they have suffered all too many times this season. Now, ball out, lays it in. 16-point lead now. And that's a nice one. Max Haberlach from about 9 feet out. Well done there, Max. Now the Lancers doing a little bit of backcourt defense. Triple teaming, and that one's intercepted. And here comes Vercelles. He's got company behind him, and they steal it right back. And here comes ball out, and he lays it in. 16-point lead now. Ladd, that went in. Did you draw the foul? I think he did. 14-point lead. And that's the 4th foul on the Padres. Although it may not be in time to save the Lancers, but they'll certainly welcome it. Max Ladd. He gets the shot. 13 points now. And that's going to end up as a Padre ball. Now some full court press now by the Lancers as they're hoping perhaps to get a steal to get a couple of more lucky baskets, and they're going to need it. Ooh, triple team. Now he's going to have to dish it out. That's Margate and Neighbor. 9 seconds on the shot clock. There's a foul. And is that going to count? Can't tell from here. We're at an even 2 minutes. And Alex Neighbor is going to go to the line. Alex Neighbor had 9 steals in 3 games in December. 3 against Ted Royce, 2 against Half Moon Bay, 4 against Jefferson. And he makes that one, and it's back to a 16-point game. And the Lancers on the verge of their 9th straight loss. Hook shot, Pettis rebounds. And, oh, too hard off the board. And Withers comes up with it. And now Quentin Robinson back in the game for the Lancers. And that one may have been passed out. It is going to be a Padre ball with 1:34 to go. Coach is checking there on Casey Lazo to see if he's all right. He appears to be okay. That's number 3 there, just off the side of your screen. Now Lazo comes out. Seems to be a little bit of confusion here over by the St. Francis bench. And that one's going to be a Padre ball again. As the Lancers, about all they can, whoa, and that's another one. And that's going to end up as a jump ball from what I can tell. And with the rotation, The Lancers will take this one. Heard the reaction there from the hometown crowd in Mountain View, California. For three, and he ducks it. And it's a 13-point game. Good shooting there by Max Ladd. Now the Padres with the inbound pass. Double teamed here, and he's able to get rid of it. And ball out with the layout. He said, no, that's Gatas. Sorry about that. All right, here come the Lancers. Vercelis for three, no good. And it stays in, and now it's out. Desperate attempt to keep that one inbound by both sides. We got a 15-point deficit with 1 minute to play. Robinson with the inbound pass. Comes Ladd, kind of bullying his way through, and he may have charged there. That would bring the foul total to 3 for the Lancers. No, that was on Mariano Bermudez, number 12, and the Lancers suddenly are in the bonus, but very, very heavy lifting for them to do in the next minute. Max Ladd missed that first shot. He gets the second one. McDowell to Pettis. Pettis is fouled. Suppose that was to Sebastian Margate. And so both teams now in the bonus, and we're going to have Sebastian Margate at the line. Sebastian had 2 3-pointers against Half Moon Bay back on December 23rd and 2 fast breaks against James Logan on October 30th. So he's certainly making a contribution. He didn't make a contribution to the scoreboard right there, but he's still got a shot left. And there's 45.9 left on the game ticker. And that one's in and out. That's frustrating. Ladd dishing it out. Withers for 3, no. And the Lancers get the rebound for 3 again. That one also no good. And that's Philpott with the rebound, and I believe he's headed to the line. Chris Philpott. No numbers on him except his height. He's 6'5". And he's made at least 1 free throw. And he makes 2. Robinson into the forecourt. Dishes it out to Ladd. Ladd driving and bounced all over the place, but nothing there. Now Von Blanco. And Von Blanco realizing that we're now just into slop time. And he finally draws the foul. And that will do it. Well, the Lancers dropped to 1-10 in the West Catholic Athletic League and 3-18 overall. The Padres go to 16-6 overall and 8-4 in league. On the 9th of this month, St. Francis will be playing at Sacred Heart Cathedral. Serra will be visiting Valley Christian. We had Rene Antonio Mendoza and Margaret Lane on the cameras tonight. Our producer was Jacob Peterson. Special thanks to Mid-Peninsula Media and St. Francis High School. I'm Mike Messner reminding you, run for the roses, but don't forget to stop and smell them. We'll see you next time.